Turning south from North Dakota, we entered South Dakota and toured the Badlands first, which we've done before, but we enjoy it very much. After the Badlands, we entered the Custer National Park and the Black Hills areas. There we did some hiking and fishing and enjoyed the scenery. We had as much success as we could. Even this bird had a difficult time, but we enjoyed the scenery mainly. After a short trip, we were entertained by the locals, who are very friendly and certainly very hungry. We continued driving through Custer through the Pillars, which are a very interesting formation, and also went on to a different lake park and enjoyed some fishing, but unfortunately, again, very much a failure. That evening, we went to a Western show and barbecue and enjoyed the locals who put on a shootout. We had a significant hike through the woods and ran across some machinery that was used for cutting the forest. Entering Wyoming, we visited the National Park, which was the first park, Devil's Tower, and hiked completely around the base. We camped right near there and were enjoying locals who are visiting us frequently. Due to the fact it was extremely hot there, we drove to Keyhole, which was a state park with a large river, and we went swimming for the first time. Driving high into the mountains, approximately 9,000 to 10,000 feet, we went into the Bighorn Mountains, which is common for us to go to because it's such a fantastic place to visit. You can see that snow is still present, and this is the end of July. In the Bighorn Mountains, which are very high, we obviously were visited by the locals, plus hiking frequently. And one of the hikes we took was to Porcupine Waterfalls, which is a difficult waterfall hike, but we totally enjoyed it as we have before. We attempted to hike to Medicine Wheel, an Indian icon, but unfortunately were obstructed by large falls of ice and snow. But we were able to hike into the fields below and enjoy various sundry things, as you can see. With our faithful VW, we rode ATV roads way back into the forest and mountains and hiked to the top of Burnt Mountain. And Shadow enjoyed every aspect of it because it was strenuous and very high. We were also entertained by some local bighorn sheep. Entering Bighorn Canyon, which is between a large formation of two mountains, we continued way back in till we couldn't go any longer because of the floods in the roads, but we also enjoyed the wild animals. We also visited a very famous ranch area which was run by a woman many years, from I guess approximately 60 years. She was known as the Lady of the Canyon. Turning south, we went to the Thermopylae Hot Springs and enjoyed some good hot springs plus some fun. After that, we went to the canyons and did some hiking in Sink Canyon area. We then entered the Medicine Bow area, which is a rustic, very difficult area, and traveled approximately 17.5 miles on dirt roads to Hog Lake, and did some fishing there, but unfortunately viewed the tremendous devastation associated with the pine beetle that's destroyed about 70% of all the trees. Since we did not want to retrace a 100-mile trip, we decided to travel 40 some odd miles through dirt roads, and was it tough. But we only did 40 miles instead of 100 and saw some wild animals on the way. Entering Colorado, we stopped for 4 days to do some fishing at Chambers Lake, but unfortunately again unsuccessful, but we did enjoy the various hiking we were able to do. It was pretty cold in that area at that time, but the Trap Park Trail was extremely interesting and very, very long. On the trail, Marianne's generosity brought out some very interesting bird life when we were feeding them from our trailer. Of course, our main target was to visit Marianne's daughter and family in Kitteridge, Colorado, and to attend her beautiful granddaughter's wedding, Amanda, to Andy Bond, which we totally enjoyed, and it was quite a event. This is Mary Ann's two granddaughters and daughter and her husband as we viewed the fantastic wedding ceremony during our stay at Colorado. Here is that fantastic banquet, but afterwards we had to do some significant hiking in the local trails and highlands in Evergreen plus Denver, Colorado. Turning south and going higher, we entered Mueller State Park, where we camped during several days while we attended the 55th Field Artillery and 75th Field Artillery reunion. And during that period of time, we did a tremendous amount of hiking in the area during the day and attended the reunion at night. One of the fantastic hikes we took was Craig's Devil Playground, and this took us way above the sky, overlooking the whole area, and they call this the Trail Above the Sky, as you can see when shadow stands upon the rocks. Unfortunately, we had a difficulty with the Volkswagen and had to hook it up and take it back to Denver and Marianne's family.